How can one know one is safe in the WSS process or doing the WSS right or being conscious and collaborative? One way is to try to obtain as much information as you possibly can about the organizational process so that you can orient yourself, not feel confused, not feel concerned or insecure, not fear your own self-judgment, not fear others' judgment of you. Be sure that you're meeting your own standards and metrics of self-expectation, of conscious collaboration and service. That's one way. Or you can just love and forgive yourself every day over and over and over and over again and do the same for everyone else. And just be at peace and be equanimous. That's just an option, a suggestion, and not an expectation. So ego wants authority and power without personal accountability, and it wants to be able to claim victimhood all at the same time. And the ego can't know that it operates that way because it's busy operating the way it does. So ego is in a constant dynamic of risk management process and strategies. And if we're in a constant process of risk management, fear management, and projected negative possibility management that we've imagined up, how are we going to apply our energies effectively and efficiently to solve for climate change? They're antithetical approaches. So whatever your new life of consciousness is going to be, it will cost you your old one. Whoever you have thought you were in the past will cease to be. And whatever you become, you'll be happier with. So there really is no loss. And the ego can imagine that its own dissolution is some tremendous loss or cost, even though it's not. Okay, the second to last bullet, a bit esoteric or abstract. Whether it's recognized or realized or not, individual egos try to channel other egos' energies in order to be socially effective or empowered. Or they try to channel an interpretation, a co-opted representation, a simulacra of another's process and emulate it in order to appear or be effective and successful or empowered or constructive or contributing, and in order to meet goals. That process of relating to those energies or channeling them is, or embodying them or modeling one's own ego process after an imagined other's ego process, is just more ego process. So empathy is a process of second chakra function that in a way is a temporary resonance with another ego's process. You may have heard of actors and actresses in Hollywood. They attempt to emulate other actors or actresses that are very successful. So they literally try to channel the energy of the other actors or actresses. And by doing so, they create an energetic presentation that is aligned with what is already supposedly tribally desired or accepted or valued. Do children, when they're developing and they want to be empowered, emulate their parents? We're not making metaphors here between people and John. We're just saying, is that methodology of emulation and behavioral modeling an ego process? A process of building an amalgam identity out of a bunch of referenced models that hopefully will allow us to move through life and relationship in a constructive, safe, and functional way, at least enough to have some happy times and have family and enjoy some good meals and some good celebrations and have a job and stay alive. And are all of those modeled resonances just a bunch of training wheels that are not conscious and are not liberated, are not free, are not equanimous, they're not peaceful? They're like singing along to a song that you heard years before and having that define your emotional state, yay. And so, do training wheels on a bicycle serve a constructive purpose? Yes. How important is it for anyone who rides a bicycle to get to the point where they say, I really don't need these training wheels anymore? They're actually keeping me from riding the bicycle and moving at higher speeds and through close to objects that would have gotten hung up on the training wheels. So if I keep the training wheels on the bicycle, I'm not going to be able to optimize my potential as a bicycle rider. So is it useful to practice some things that you learn from other people, whether it's your parents, your friends, society, someone you saw in a movie, anything? Sure it is. And learn from it and then discard it. So the sooner you discard any emulation or modeling of John with some realized, hopefully useful learning as a result, the better. As parents, do we want to be an ego, to continue being egos in the world? Or do we want our children and future generations and all the animals and insects and the fish in the world to survive? Is it kind of a simple choice? We're not saying easy. We're not saying that there's a lot of details to be worked out in the process, and nobody's failing if they haven't done it yesterday. And that said, if we understand that that is the choice that's before us, does that empower us to make that choice and to affect that choice?